Hello everybody, welcome back to Road to Master. Hope you're all having an amazing day. We're starting off with the white pieces here. We're playing against a 1707 from the United Kingdom. Let's get started with e4. And wow, did you guys see the World Championship game today? Wow, I was terrified watching that. It was so close to being a decisive result. I thought Gukesh had it, and then I thought Ding might have some chances, and then they just kept playing. They didn't agree to a draw. Um, they just kept playing, and it was just, wow, absolutely incredible game. I can't wait to watch tomorrow's. It's gonna be who knows, but there's gonna be some. And if not, then it's gonna go down to tie breaks. So either way, I'm just so excited to watch the rest of this match unfold. So we have a C6 Caracan here. And we play the two knights against that. Have I got sound here? I should have sound. So yeah, d5 is the usual thing, and then we keep playing with the two knights. So takes is the best move. They could go there as well. Push is a mistake. Knight there they can do. Yeah, so that's best move. Well, one of the best moves. It's either that or takes. I think computer actually might prefer this one, but they're all practically the same anyway. I'll just move my mic closer a bit as well. And then we play h3 against that, and then pre-move. Okay, so they move back, and then we keep chasing the bishop about. When they go there, what do we do? Do we take? I think we take. Then push d4. Take, push d4. Yep, I think so. I'm pretty sure. This is called the retreat line, apparently. So it must be okay. I think I've learned this is slightly better for white. If I've played the right things. But we're pushing h4 again and looking to trap this bishop, hopefully. Yeah. I think knight e5 might be a move. And that way the bishop's looking to get trapped. Yeah, and we're also hitting the bishop there as well. We're looking to do a check, and that'll win us the exchange. What else are we looking for? Maybe bishop there. Do we want to get the queen out? Hit that. We've got ideas. Okay. And that just loses. No, it doesn't. We're still fine playing h4. They're going to have to play a something. And then we can hit that pawn. And our knight's never getting kicked from there. I think we play h4 here. We're still looking good. We're still playing f4. f3, sorry. Yeah, if I can count my numbers. I think we're all good. This is pretty main stuff. I still don't have any sound from chess.com. That's weird. I like the little clicking sound. I'm not sure about you guys, but it's just a very satisfying sound. So I think I go there. Knight takes bishop. After pawn takes, we could even kick out the knight. Go queen there, hit that. Takes. And then do we push or take? Probably push, I reckon. Stops them pushing. And then this is incredibly weak. The light square bishop can't really do much around here, so it'll have to come to these two squares, or three, I guess. I'm looking to check. And they're struggling to defend. I believe this is all well and good for me, to be honest. I don't want to say that too early, but yeah, I think I can take that. Double up the pawns. shore up my defences. I probably want a long castle, but I think I'm taking that. We've got the bishop pair as well, which is really nice. Okay, what's the play here? What's the play? Do we go for that? The problem is maybe we develop our dark squares first. In fact, maybe castles is a bit annoying. Is castles a bit annoying? I don't really know. Or do I try hit some pawns? Ooh, I'm not quite sure what I'd do, to be honest. We need to cover this, but we also don't want to let the bishop in, so they can castle. Maybe if we go bishop there, we can hit that. So then they physically can't castle, and then we can push d5. How are they going to cover the e-pawn? They're going to struggle to. Let's do that. At least we're making threats. Because if they're not able to castle, that'll be big for us. I'm pretty sure that would be big for us if they can't castle. They could also push. And that would be super interesting. Do we take or do we push? If we push, we're stopping the knight development. Okay. So they're doing that. I need to get my queen out, really. The good news is they're struggling now to develop because they're blocking off the square. But they're still going to be able to castle unless we make some forcing moves. We still can push that. And trade off queens. Hit that. That could be quite good. That could be very good, actually. Oh, we got to be careful. Check. So yeah, maybe we do that then. Oh. Do that. Bishop out. Push. We've got no checks this side. Push. Takes. Queen takes. Yeah, let's go for that. Our dark square bishop's in a bit of trouble, but in the long run, I think it'll be better. I just want to make sure we're looking safe. If we push this as well, then e3 is actually quite a good square for our bishop. It's opened up a fair bit if we ever push d5. We've also opened up for some checks on this line, but the knight can still block at the minute. So we might need to get this push out first, just to stop that. And if they decide to go there, then I think pushing is definitely wise, because we're threatening some checks. along the edge if they don't trade off. Yeah, so I think now we push. Not scared of any knight maneuvers, I don't think. Yeah, I think we're all good here. We've got checks as well if they decide to go knight there. Or we could check with the queen first, and then we're free to take that. We'll open. Yeah, let's take with the queen. And we're looking to just capitalise on this bad pawn structure, I think, with the bishop pair. They're going to have a hard time castling. Yeah, and they're just going to be quite weak in a few different places, I think. So maybe we're good with this. I don't think we can lose this. Well, obviously we can lose this, but I think if we play this smart enough, it's a 2-result game. Wow. What? Surely that wins. Takes. Oh, bishop takes, I guess. If bishop takes, we can hit that, though. And win a pawn. Hit that as well. We could develop and then castle either way. I think we've got to take the queen here. If rook takes, that's a big mistake because we got bishop there. And if the rook goes back, that's... Yeah, so we develop our bishop with tempo now. And then we're looking really nice here. The rook, in fact, has to go back, at which point we win the everything. We win the everything. I think it's safe to say we win the everything. We win the king. Because the king's just walked into... Yeah, and then we check. And then only legal move. And then we hit them with the rook d1. Ideally, we could long castle, but the rook's still covering the file, so we can't legally do that. But that would have been nice, wouldn't it? Or we could take and then long castle, which is an option, but this straight up wins the rook, so it's a bit cleaner. And I think black's going to resign any minute here. And that'll be a short video for today. Yeah. Yeah, and then we, I'm pretty sure we can go rook d1. I'll just double check though. They've got no way to cover the rook again. Because if rook there, bishop takes. Knight can't go there. Bishop can't do anything. Yeah, I think we're all good. Amazing stuff. How many moves have we done? 20 moves. 20 moves. That's all it takes sometimes. Especially, like I said, this bishop retreat line, while theoretically I think it's sound for black, like it gets proper dodgy because you just double all these pawns. You got a terrible pawn structure and you're underdeveloped, so it gets pretty messy pretty quickly. So let's do a quick. We'll do a longer, more detailed game review. I think because that was a bit of a short game. Maybe go with some theory. Oh, we actually made a couple mistakes in there. Got an 84.7% accuracy versus their 68.5. Yeah, let's get started. So, the Caro-Kann. There are several things you can do against the Caro. Main line is d4, obviously, and then you've got the exchange, or you've got the advance. I stay away from these. They're too mainline for me. Yeah. Plus, I just don't like playing. I don't know. It seems mainline seems to me it's just a bit. It's what Black wants, you know. It's what Black wants. If they get that, then they've got a better French with the bishop out. It's almost like a reverse London. And if you go for the exchange, then you've taken your central pawn for their side pawn, and that's just not principled, you know. So I just sort of stay away from them. So if you want to look at the Caro-Kann and you want to look at sidelines, then you have the two knights. Like, oh, not that. Delete that one. You have the two knights, which is what we played. You have, going from main, you have the fantasy. I think there's some other things you can do as well. I'm sure you can do lots of weird moves. Yeah, Panov's a big one. So that's an accelerated Panov, and that's you'd know that from my Scandi. You'd know that from my Scandi. Similar sort of thing. But yeah, I like the two knights. I think it's if you want not crazy, it's still very solid. Like if you go for the fantasy, where's the fantasy? D5, F3. The fantasy, that's extremely attacking. And if you like that, it's perfectly fine. It's very good for both sides, but it has its risk to it. But if you go for the two knights, and it's what I play against the French as well, the two knights attack. It's a lot more solid. It's a lot more piece heavy. And there's ways that Black can easily mess up as well. So like I said, now we've gone into the two knights. Mainline's that, which is what happens, or they can take. But they basically sort of transpose. This one's a bit different. But they sort of, not that way. But they sort of transpose a bit. Yeah, it's like that, and then you go like that. I think something like that. I'm not quite sure. Or they can go there, and that more directly transposes to the position. I've forgotten what the move is here. Probably something like that. But yeah, lots of things they can do, and you need to know them. But if they decide to push, that's just bad. You drop your knight back to e2, and obviously this is under attack again. They can't play e5 because knight takes e5, if I can draw an arrow. So they have to defend it basically with c5, at which point you play c3, just trying to undermine that pawn structure. And the best thing they can do is take, and then basically they don't. It's fine for both sides, but they don't have a position they like. It's slightly better for white, plus 0.7, but that's basically a draw. But they don't have a position they like. They like playing the Caro-Kann, and they play that for a reason. If they wanted to play the Sicilian, they would play the Sicilian, you know, and it just gets them out of their comfort zone. But if they make the mistake of trying to hold on to the central pawns and play that, then that's completely lost. You go knight f3, hitting that once more. Discovered attack from the bishop as well. It's like, oh no, I've made a mistake. Time to double down. Hold on to the d-pawn with c4. At which point you bring your queen out because of this cheeky c3 move. You bring your queen out to a4 with check. You're hitting that. What do they do? Knight out. Sure. And then you end up grabbing 2 pawns. So it's just really good. It's just really good, basically. h3's main. Well, in fact, we'll put on review for this. Yeah, all main. Oh, it doesn't actually like g4. Well, it says it's good, but apparently takes is better. I think it's just a move order thing. Yeah, and then it likes h. And I've not seen h4 before. I've not seen h4 recommended. I think 95's fine. It says inaccuracy, and I'm not too bothered about inaccuracies, to be honest. I think inaccuracies are what makes games interesting. You know, like mistakes and blunders will lose you the game, but inaccuracies make fun games. So I think that's fine, forgivable. And yeah, so I think they needed to hit the knight there. Develop as well, because this bishop caused them so much trouble. And then that gives us a chance to try and kick out the bishop even more. And then with h5 as well, we take the bishop, but it actually wanted g5 first, which is super interesting. Let's have a look at that. And that's weird. I'm not quite sure. Knight takes g6. Yeah, takes. Knight takes. c3. p takes. f takes. And I guess you're just sort of trading off pieces. Yeah, that's a pretty nice pawn structure. You get your bishop out quicker, I guess. And then you can bring the queen and hit that. So, yeah, I sort of get that. But we took first and then did it. And then it's the same thing. But we get the chance to actually take their knight first. And, yeah, I think knight g3 is a lot better. Which is probably why you kick out the knight first when your knight's still on this square. So then you can take it and win the pawn, which is quite smart if you think about it. Which I didn't. Bishop c4. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. It like g2, hitting the pawn and then hitting the rook tactic as well. I didn't like queen there at all. I think I said that was pretty bad. And it likes c3. Perfect. Knight c3, yeah, fine. It didn't like push. It actually preferred black here after push, which is super interesting. I'm not sure what it wants. It wants long castles here. Oh, because, yeah, you're pinning, and then you're adding another attacker onto the pawn. Wow, I missed that completely. Wow. Yeah, that's really nice. Really, really nice. I'll show you guys that. Yeah, and then you see black's just winning a pawn, a central pawn as well, which backs up this pawn. It undoubles their stuff, and it's just really nice for black. Queen takes, nice, and then rook takes. We said rook takes was a mistake. That lands us to 3.5. Bishop takes is way better. You get your rooks developed, you get your bishop out. But yeah, and then bishop f4, we saw the tactic, and then your rook comes in and it's pinned. So yeah, that was a bit more in-depth sort of analysis than usual. A bit of theory for you guys there. I think I probably need to have another look at my Caro theory. I think I've forgotten a bit of it, but we managed to make it work today. There was a few inaccuracies, but yeah, I think the biggest problem was missing this long castles move, because that was whichever square the king goes on. That one, yeah, because that was really nice. We completely missed that, but we won it anyway. We got a decent accuracy, and yeah, I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like if you liked, subscribe if you really liked, and I'll catch you guys all tomorrow. Bye bye.